Hey guys, it's Alyssa from AlyssaNalani.com. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is number 4 in a series of 5 called Build a Better Year 2021. We're going to pick up right where we left off by going over topic number 5 in our series. We have gone over 4 topics in 3 videos so far. We've talked about doing a year in review exercise, and we have talked about doing a consider your life exercise. That was video number 1. I'm trying to keep all of my papers together and not get them mixed up, but I don't know if I'm going to succeed. I feel like I've already mixed them up. Then after that, in video number 2, we went over doing a brain dump. That was video number 2. And then we covered the seasons and priorities exercise. And so that was video number 3, topic 4, video 3. I know, it's a little confusing. And then now today we're gonna go over exercise 5, which is resolutions and goals. And if you haven't yet watched any of those previous videos, I highly encourage you to do so. Each topic builds upon the last one, and so it really is meant to be a process that we go through, in the order that it's laid out. So if you haven't watched them, they're all linked down in the description box below, and you can do that and get all caught up. You can also get a copy of this companion guide. It's on my blog. It's absolutely free. You just go to the blog post linked down below, and you can get yourself a free copy of the guide and go along through this series with me. All right, so we're gonna pick up with topic number 5, resolutions and goals. Now, you might wonder why I say resolutions and goals. Maybe you have looked at those words as being interchangeable. Maybe you make resolutions or you make goals. It's not necessarily something you think about together. But if this is new for you, then I'm gonna invite you to look at this maybe from a different perspective. We're gonna take a look at resolutions first, and then we're gonna take a look at goals. Now, so far we've talked about, specifically in the past video, we talked about seasons and priorities. And so in the last video, we talked about naming the season that we're in right now, not the life that we want or the one we wish we had or the one that people expect us to live, but the season of life we're in right now. We've named it, and then from that space, we have decided what our priorities are based on the season that we're in. So now that we have our season named, we have our priorities set, it's time to look at that and decide what resolutions we want to make and what goals we want to set. So first off, we're going to talk about resolutions. Now, I've talked about this before in previous videos, so you've probably, if you've been with me for a while, you might have heard me talk about this. But when it comes to resolutions, I often think about the fact that, New Year's season is when everybody's making resolutions. They're gonna say they're gonna do all of these really great things. They're gonna change their lives. It's gonna be a brand new season or a brand new year, and everything's gonna be different and better and rah, 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 And then come February, March, we're sort of a little jaded, maybe disillusioned about what we had set out to do because, life happened and it's hard to go to the gym every day and it's tough to, learn this new skill or break this bad habit or try this new thing. And so we don't necessarily always stick to our resolutions. And I think there are a lot of opinions as to why that is, and I'm not an expert on human behavior, but one of the things that might not be working for us is that we make resolutions, but they're too broad, right? We make resolutions and we have good intentions and we really want this for ourselves or our families or our situations, but they're too broad. So we're going to talk about how we can streamline this a bit more and make them a bit more actionable, okay? So let's say, for instance, and I'm reading off of the example that I have here in the guide, but let's say that you're writing a resolutions list and one of the items is you want to get healthy, okay? Get healthy is one of your resolutions. That is a wonderful thing to pursue, but what does that mean? What does get healthy mean? Get healthy can mean different things for all of us. If it might have something to do with the way that you want to deal with specific health challenges or issues. It might have to do with how you want to exercise. And if you're exercising, do you want to focus on cardio? Do you need to work on endurance? Do you need to work on strength training? Are you trying to lose weight? Do you need to get on a new exercise regimen? Do you need to try a new healthier diet plan? You need to buy better groceries and follow a meal plan a bit more regularly? Do you need to cut down on sweets or increase your water intake? Do you need to get your steps in? Do you need to get outside in some fresh air every day, or go for a walk, or get to bed earlier and not do so much late at night? What does it mean for you to get healthy? We have to define that, because simply saying that doesn't give us anything specific to work on or to work towards. It has to be actionable. So what my suggestion is that we make resolution statements, not just general wishes that we want to somehow in some way, fulfill, but we haven't given ourselves precise ways to do that. So let's try with making resolution statements first. So instead of saying get healthy, let's try something like this. So I have a list of resolution statements at the top of the next page. For instance, I resolve to build a healthy body so that I can better take care of my family and responsibilities. Here's another resolution statement. I resolve to read my Bible every day so that I can deepen my faith and grow in my relationship with Jesus. I resolve to pursue personal development so that I can better use my God-given talents and passions. I resolve to be more generous with my time and money so that I can help people in need. These are 4 resolution statements that follow a pattern. The first part of it states what you resolve to do. This is something that you've intentionally decided to do, to pursue, to partake in, right? And then the second half of the statement gives the reason why. Okay, so it's I resolve XYZ so that XYZ. It's really important that we identify the why, because when we are in the middle of a long day and it's time to do that thing, it's 3 o'clock and it's time to do that thing that you promised yourself you would do, that you resolved to do. If you don't have a why to hang on to, then you're potentially less likely to follow through when the going gets tough. So having a why statement attached to your resolution is a really important little extra to include to help you get through the year. So on the next page, we have a worksheet. So you can write down your priorities. So go back to your section 4, grab your priorities list, because we made 8. You have space to make up to 8 of them, right? So you're gonna grab that priority, and then you're gonna write the resolution statement down below. So priority, and then resolution statement. And make sure that you are constructing it in that pattern. I resolve XYZ so that XYZ, okay? Or in some form like that. Make sure that you're attaching that why to it. And don't be afraid of the strong language. I resolve, that's a strong statement. When you think about, I don't know, it makes me think of like some of the things you learn in history class when you're in school. Resolutions that, the great people of history made to pursue, to chase, to fight for what they believed in. These are strong terms, and it's asking something of you that might be different than what you asked of yourself this year or last year. And so lean into the strength of the statement and know that it's something that it's a tool that you're using to make a better year, to build a better year for 2021. So you're gonna go through that exercise. You're gonna make resolution statements. Here are your examples. And then here's your worksheet, and it's double-sided or it's 2-page, depending on how you print it out. And make your resolution statements, okay, based on your priorities. So you have your priority. So let's say that it is health is your priority. That's something that you wanted to put in there. And then your resolution statement is, I resolve to build a better body so that I can better take care, I don't remember it by heart, so that I can better take care of my family and my responsibilities. So priority is health. Resolution statement is you're going to do this so that you can do this. Okay, so far that's what we have. Now let's move on to goals. Okay, so this is where we get into the nitty-gritty details. Again, I'm trying to make sure I'm keeping my my pages straight. Okay, here we go. So we have our priorities and we have our resolutions. Now we're going to add some actionable goals. So this is where we're going to navigate actually getting things done. So we're not just saying, let's get healthy and then not making plans for ourselves. Let's make the plan, okay? This is where the magic happens. So going back to our health example, our resolution statement is, I resolve to build a healthy body so that I can better take care of my family and my responsibilities. That's the resolution statement, okay? Now your goals for that resolution statement could look like this. Get 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. Exercise at least 3 times a week. Drink half my body weight in ounces. Try 3 to 4 new recipes this month. So these are actual actionable goals that you can put in your planner, that you can write down on your list, that you can talk to your family about doing together. Maybe you get together with your family and say, okay, my goal this month is to try 3 to 4 new recipes. What do you guys think we should try? And you have to come up with healthy ones. Maybe you get your cookbooks off the bookshelf, or you get on Pinterest or Google or whatever, and you can make it a family project. Now you have some action around these resolutions. So it's not that you don't make resolutions in favor of making goals. It's that you understand what a resolution can do, and then make your goals in accordance with those resolutions, if that makes sense. Okay, let's try another example. So we have personal development. The resolution statement is, I resolve to pursue personal development so that I can better use my God-given talents and passions. That's one of my, that's something that I wrote for myself. Okay, so some of the little personal development goals that you could do are read 3 nonfiction books a month, practice piano at least 30 minutes a day, hint, hint. See the piano back there? I need to practice. Take an online class every quarter. That could be something you try too. So really think about, what can I actionably do in a month? You might take that even further and say, what can I actionably do in a quarter, every 90 days? That's actually something that I really like about both Power Sheets and the Full Focus Planner. I actually have my Power Sheets with me. So these are my 2021 Power Sheets. And one thing that they did really well to update or to improve upon was the whole 90-day time frame. So they already had set it up so that you worked in a quarterly system, but now they're really leaning into that 90-day period of time to work on mini goals that you can set up for yourself. So you might do something like this. This is something fairly easy to do. Look at your planner. If you have a planner, if you don't have a planner, I highly encourage you to get one, even if it's just a very basic, 2021 planner from Walmart or Target or something like that. It doesn't have to be fancy, but look at your planner, and if you can add pages, go ahead and do that, and just put quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. And then you can do something like this, where you have the first quarter and you can write out your goals that you want to start and complete. If it's a goal that has an end date on it, choose what the end date's gonna be. Is it gonna be the first, second, third, or fourth quarter? Or if it's a habit goal that just becomes a part of your lifestyle, choose, okay, we're gonna start it on this date, and here's what we're gonna do. If it's an exercise habit goal, do you need any supplies for it? Do I need to buy some equipment? Do I need to go shopping, or do I need to clear space or whatever? I would highly suggest, just because this is me, if you're trying something new that you think is gonna be a bit difficult, make sure that your barrier to entry is low. Meaning that if it takes too much effort to do the new thing, you might do it the first, second, or third time, but once you get to that the 4th, 5th, 6th day, if that barrier to entry is difficult, then you might not get it done, or you might fall off the wagon, so to speak. So in other words, the thought is that you need to make it easy for yourself to do the thing. So for instance, let's say that you're trying to get more fruits and veggies into your diet, right? You want to eat a salad for lunch every day, for instance. When you go and buy your produce, go ahead and prep that produce the day you bring it home. Don't let it sit in its original packaging. Don't let it sit unwashed in your fridge, because when you go to eat that salad, it's gonna take more time to prep the lettuce and whatever veggies and stuff that you wanna put in there. And you might make an excuse for yourself and say, I don't have time for that right now. Whereas if you prep all your veggies and whatever you want in that salad ahead of time, then that barrier to entry, that that the difficulty, I almost said difficultness. The difficulty to have the salad, you've just lowered that and you've made it easier for yourself to do it. This is why people say like, set out your clothes the night before, especially if you're trying to get to the gym early in the morning. Put your gym clothes on the chair next to the bed or whatever, put the keys by the door, fill up your water bottle, things like that. Some people sleep in their gym clothes, so they have no excuse. Make the barrier to entry for whatever it is you're trying to do more regularly that's not already part of your routine. Make that barrier to entry real low. That way it's easier to do the new thing. That way you can make fewer excuses not to do the new thing, okay? So those are some examples of your resolution statements and then the goals that go underneath it. So here's the here's the resolution statement. I can't read backwards. And then the goals underneath that one. And then there's the other resolution statement and the goals underneath that one. And so on the next worksheet, you have space to rewrite your resolution statement. And there is a little bit of repetition in what you have to write, but that's okay because two things. Either you're still kind of working on those resolution statements and rewriting it kind of helps you to fine tune it a bit more. Also, even if you have it kind of locked and ready to go, rewriting it will help make it a bit more cement in your head. So there's nothing wrong with writing something more than once. So you write your resolution statement again, and then you go ahead and write down the little goals that go underneath it, okay? So you have space to do that for 8 different resolution statements. So I think it is 1, 2, 3, it's 4 pages. Okay, so I have mine 2 double-sided, but it's 4 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know this is not as good as when I'm sitting at my desk and you can see the whole paperwork, but I find that I'm filming better this way around. So we're gonna stick with it for the rest of the series. Okay, so a few things to think about or to consider when it comes to sticking to your goals throughout the rest of the year, okay? So I have just a bulleted list here. I'm just gonna read right through them. Number 1, use your planner daily to plan projects and keep track of your progress. So make sure you're in that planner and you're writing stuff down. It does not have to be perfect. If you are a planner girl who likes to decorate and stuff, there's nothing wrong with that. I would suggest if you don't have a lot of time during your day to decorate and plan, then pre-plan your week or pre-plan your month when it comes to decorations. Pre-decorate your months or your weeks and your days, however much ahead of time that you need to do that so that you're spending less time decorating at the times that you should be actually writing and recording stuff, okay? So, and that's however that applies to you. You know what I'm trying to say. Okay, next, don't try and tackle all your goals at the same time. So don't come with it on January 1st and say, I am going to change my diet, start an exercise routine, try a new quiet time routine, and quit caffeine and sugar, and I'm going to read 5 books this month. Like, don't overload yourself, because at some point, 1 or 2 of those things are gonna drop off and you might get discouraged. You're gonna spread yourself too thin. It's not gonna be great emotionally, because when we're starting new things, we need to quickly have some success to lean on, and it's not gonna happen if you overload yourself. So pick a few. Again, this is all based on your season of life. You may pick one that you work on for a month or for a quarter or whatever, depending on what you chose for your priorities. So look at the year in its entirety, look at the quarters sort of individually, and see how you can spread these goals along and over the months and the quarters so that you are not overloading yourself and in a way that makes sense for the season that you're in, okay? Next, set up reward systems that work with your personality. How will you celebrate your wins, big or small? So figure out how you can reward yourself, be it with, maybe watching a favorite TV show or doing some window shopping or hanging out with a friend or whatever it needs to be. Depending on who you are, I would be careful about rewarding yourself with food, just depending on who you are and your relationship with food. Sometimes that's not the healthiest choice for people. Television is also not the healthiest choice for maybe most people, just depending on what your relationship is with certain media and certain substances. Just be careful, be smart. Don't choose a reward that's going to derail any of your other goals. So if you had a health goal and you wanted to lose 15 pounds or whatever, maybe you don't reward yourself for, your water intake by eating a piece of chocolate cake. Do you see where I'm going with that? Okay. Next, get accountability for goals that are particularly hard. For example, tell your spouse or a friend to check up on you when you have a deadline to meet, or get a running buddy to go outside and exercise with you. Whoever you need to get, people who are in your circle already that can help you, keep you accountable, who know you, who know your personality, who know how to tell you what you need to hear, maybe not what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. You should have people in your life you can trust like that. Be creative on how you use accountability in a healthy, life-giving way. And you can also, return the favor for that person. You can work together. But just be creative on how you stay motivated and on task. All right, next, give yourself grace. You're not going to do this perfectly. Let's just get that out of the way. Let's sit with that for a second. You're not going to do it perfectly, and that's okay. It's okay. Know when to laugh at yourself. I have to laugh at myself quite a bit. Know when to take a break and just go to bed. I also have to do that too, where I'm just running, after something, and not literally. I don't do a lot of running literally, but you're, pursuing this thing, you're trying to get this deadline, and the times when you actually have the capability of just saying, I gotta stop and just go to bed because my brain's not functioning anymore, take advantage of that. Don't push yourself so hard that it jeopardizes your health or your peace, okay? So listen to yourself, take that break if you need to take a break. No one to say, nope, not today. No one to say, I already have enough on my plate and I don't have room for anything else. If I were to add anything else, then it might jeopardize my health or my family's health, or it might jeopardize some other goals that I have, right? So again, this all goes back to knowing what season you're in and knowing what can stay and what can leave or what needs to not ever come in. All right, so just remember that goals are about progress, not perfection. We're making progress here. Sometimes it's gonna feel like taking 5 steps forward and 2 steps back. Or sometimes it feels like you're taking 1 step forward and 5 steps back. That's just how life is, and it's okay. As long as you are being intentional about the choices you're making and doing the best with what you've got in front of you. All right, and then last but not least, be flexible. Your season might change mid-stride. So you might be in the middle of a season and whoop, without your permission, without your say-so, without being notified, it could all change. And it happens to us all. You might have to drop a couple of goals. You might have to pick up some new ones depending on what happens. You might have to table all of your goals and go into survival mode for a time. I think that has happened for plenty of people during 2020. They just had to table all the goals and say, you know what? Our main goal right now is to just survive what's going on right now. And all of those things are okay. It's okay if you have to do that. You should hold your goals confidently. I think I said this already in another video. You should hold your goals. You should hold your goals confidently in your hand. Okay. When I say confidently, I mean you should hold them in a way that you know what you are working toward. You know what you're pursuing. You know what needs to stay and what needs to leave or not enter at all. You know all these things and you can confidently hold on to them, but don't have a death grip on them, because when things change, sometimes you have to let go of those things, and that's okay. Don't hold on to goals that aren't right anymore. Okay, so if something changes and you need to shift gears, you need to adjust, some things might not be right anymore and you have to let it go, and that's okay. Don't stick to them at the cost of your well-being, of your family's well-being, okay? Or in any way that's going to hurt your finances, right? That is gonna hurt the people around you. Again, I'm talking about the things that you actually have control over, not the things that are beyond what you can have a say in. And then just know when to shift gears when necessary, right? Okay, so I've mentioned them before, but at the end of this section, I just mentioned that if you want to know more about the tools that I'm using for my planning, you can check out the resource guide in the back of the guide. The resource list in the back of the guide. I knew I didn't say that right. Okay, there's a resource list on the back of the guide. Actually, if you printed this out or you were looking at it on your device and you clicked on each of these on the list that are underlined, they're all links. And if you clicked on the first link, it led you to the wrong site. It led you to the Apple site. I wasn't trying to get you to buy a computer or an iPhone or anything. I put the wrong link in there. It's fixed now. So if you want to re-download it, you can. I fixed it all. Anyway, so there are some books here that you can check out. And then there are some planners and journals that I am using for 2021, including Power Sheets. That's one of them. I'll be doing a flip through of my prep work next week. So you'll be able to check that out if you're interested in it. I'm also using the Full Focus Planner, which I don't have. Hold, please. Okay, so this is the Full Focus Planner. I've been using it this quarter and I have one for next quarter. It is a quarterly planner, so you need 4 to complete the year. And so far, I'm loving it. And I really can't wait to use it all next year. So you can check these out. They're linked in the description box below. They're linked in the guide itself. And then you'll also find a couple of other journals listed here that I'll be talking about. I actually talked about the growth book already. I do need to do the Give Me Jesus journal flip through. I promised that and I haven't filmed it yet. Actually, I haven't filmed it because I was having a hard time doing it at my desk. I don't know what the problem is. So I'm thinking I'm going to do it like this so I can actually get through the filming of it. So, and I've also talked about the prayer journal. Those, I don't have my 2021 version yet, but I have a 2020 version if you want to check that out. It is linked in the description box below. So you can check out all of these journals and planners and things that I plan to use in 2021. So if you'd like to check those things out, it is there for you. All right, that is the last part of the section. We have covered sections 1 through 5. We only have one more to go, you guys. We have one more, and that is section 6, or topic 6, which is choosing a word and verse for the year. And this is gonna be really fun, and I'm looking forward to talking to you about it. We're just gonna leave all that unedited. We're gonna go with it. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, you know where to leave them. I look forward to talking to you all in the next video, and I hope that you watch all of the rest. Oh, also, I forgot to tell you about it. I totally forgot in the first 3 videos. So I'm doing a collaboration with Tamara, the paper and pen girl, and a whole slew of other planner babes in the community. We are doing the 30 days of planner commitment. It's actually going on right now, and I am gonna be on day number 15. So if you're watching this before December 15, mark your calendar, because not only will there be a video that goes live that morning, but it's also gonna premiere. I've never done this before. I actually barely knew that it was a thing, but they mentioned it when we were planning for this collaboration. And they said, hey, do you wanna, or Tamara had said, do you want this video to premiere, or are you just gonna post it? And I was like, I don't know how to do it, but put me down for premiere. And so what it means is that it's almost like a live show. The video will go live, and then we'll be in the chat, chatting up a storm. I'll be there. You guys can talk to me as you're watching the video. And so you'll see it scheduled here shortly. I'll put the information in the description box below. I'll put a link to Tamara's channel so you can get the beginning of the series and then work your way through. At the time of this recording, it is day number 10, because it's the 10th. And so you can watch the first 10 videos, and then I'll be on December 15, and then you'll have all the information for that. And this is super cool, I'm doing a giveaway. I'm so excited. I'm doing a giveaway. The product for the giveaway just arrived yesterday, so I'm really excited. I get to show it to you all in the video, and I'll give you all those details at that time on that video. So watch out for the schedule announcement somewhere on YouTube and also on Instagram. If you're watching this anytime before December 15, you'll get to mark your calendars for the premiere, and you'll also get to get information about the giveaway that I'm doing, and I'm really excited about it. Anyway, go to Tamara's channel. Go to Tamara's channel and check out the beginning of the series and then work your way through. We're talking about planner commitment, you guys, because committing to a planner in the community, it's a thing. It's a thing that some of us struggle with. It's a thing that some of us have down pretty well. But it's an interesting topic to talk about. And the videos that have come before me or have come up to this point have been filled with some really great tips to help you if you're struggling with a little planner commitment and planner peace. So I hope you guys check that out. And then again, watch out for December 15 when my video will be premiering. And I hope you'll hang out and chat in the YouTubes. So anyway, I wanted to make sure to tell you all that. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. And I will talk to you all later. Bye.